Roshi, just come give me a moment, please.
No worries. Please, Meenakshi, take your time.
May can you begin meanwhile with the introduction, and I can just see what's linked to this.
Meenakshi, Sagar can help you out. Sagar, if you could please help Meenakshi out with her slides, please.
Sorry, could you please repeat that?
Yeah, if you could please help her with the slideshow.
Yeah, just click on from beginning. It's the button on the left. Yeah, that one. There you go.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, yes. All right. So very warm welcome to everyone here, and especially because this is a TOC deck today and TOC presentation that we have. Very special to me, very special to my heart, and not only because it's TOC and not only because it's Mehak and Meenakshi presenting from College Board, but it's also special because we have two of our industry stalwarts here with us, Kshitija and Sanjukta, who are there with us to present all about college boards, all about BigFuture, the K-12 score reporting tool as well. So we'll cover recent developments, sport trends, as well as the AP potential and K-12 reporting portal. We'll also touch upon the benefits and ease of use of CSS Profile. I get so many requests from various school counselors about what exactly is CSS Profile. So we thought that why not add this to the deck today. But before we go forward, we all know what College Board is. But for those who do not or are not aware about College Board, we are a mission-driven, not-for-profit organization, and we connect college students, school students to college success and opportunity. Founded in 1900, College Board was created to expand access to higher education. And today, the membership association is made up of 6,000 of the world's leading educational institutions and is dedicated to promoting excellence and equity in education. Each year, and I'm very proud to say this, that College Board helps more than 7 million students prepare for a successful transition to college through various programs that we do, and we do those in India as well. So it's basically the SAT suite of assessments, including the PSAT, P8, 9, 10, and MSQT. We also have the AP program or the Advanced Placement Program and the BigFuture. But more than these programs, the organization also serves the education community through research and advocacy on behalf of students, educators, and schools. And we are going to witness this today because Sanjukta and Kshitija are going to talk about the K-12 score reporting portal as part of what the research has been. Mehak will review score trends as part of what the research has been, and I'll also talk about a bit about the CSS profile and why is financial aid required, what are the college tuition trends as well. So currently there are more than 2,000 SAT test centers across the world, and in India specifically, thanks to all the school counselors who are present today here in this presentation and otherwise also, if not here, thanks to all of them, we have over 135 test centers across India, pan-India. And in 2024 alone, AP exams were taken by students in 138 countries. I'm so happy and proud to say this today that in the last few years, AP has grown substantially in India. We have about 35 test centers in India, and many of them are also implementing AP courses, not just hosting the exams here. So well done, Mehak. Well done, all the school counselors who are right here present today with me, and also the ISEs who have really done a lot of contribution to increase the awareness about advanced placement program in India. So thank you so much for all who are present today. And even if you're not here, you've done a lot for improving the AP in India. So Why is SAT important? This is like a dialogue that has been going on since, many months and about a year or so now. But we want to start by showing why the students benefit and what is the need for students to still take the SAT. So to begin with, the SAT suite measures the core reading, writing, and math skills essential for success in college levels of courses and life after high school. Why is it important for counselors? We'll show this today that SAT suite, the counselors can check the reports on the academic journey and identify learning and achievement gaps to provide targeted student support. The SAT suite connects students directly with scholarship opportunities. And of course, if as a school you are administering the SAT in a school, it is a proven way to strengthen a college going and career ready culture and boost college enrollment among all your students. So we saw that many students who before pandemic were really wanting to take the SAT, even if the test, the colleges went optional, students post pandemic are still continuing to do so. They want to take the test first, and then they want to decide whether they want to submit their scores to the colleges or not. So whether scores are required or optional, the SAT still remains an important part of the admissions process, allowing every student, regardless of where they go to high school, to be seen by colleges and universities and to access opportunities that will shape their lives and careers. Test scores can confirm a student's grades or even demonstrate their strengths beyond what their high school grades may show. And we saw all these universities, and namely Caltech, MIT, Dartmouth, Brown, Cornell, Harvard, Georgetown. They all went and said that we are now becoming test required. There were lots of articles, there were lots of chatter on this WhatsApp group of TOC as well, and otherwise, domestic newspapers, international newspapers. But there is one line that I really liked amongst all, and I would like to emphasize on it and read out loud to you. One of the economists said, the SAT is key to helping identify students from unknown backgrounds and helping them succeed. When you don't have test scores, the students who suffer most are those with high grades at relatively unknown high schools, the kind that rarely send kids to the Ivy League. And that is why the SAT is their lifeline. With this, I would stop sharing now. I will stop the introduction and we'll go ahead and I'll invite my colleague Mehak Verma, who leads the K-12 outreach in India, to go ahead and talk to us about the K-12 score reporting portal. Before that, Mehak would talk about the score trends that we have and how is SAT and PSAT influencing a domestic student in India. Thank you.
Meenakshi, if you could stop presenting. Yeah, perfect.
Is my screen visible and am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, although you need to put it in presenter view, I suppose, Mehak. Yeah, that's perfect.
Is it full screen now?
Absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you, Rashi, for confirming. Thank you, everyone, to all the educators for taking time to join us today. Thank you, Meenakshi. Now, let us just explore some key insights on student participation in SAT Suite over the past few years. In terms of numbers, in 2024-2025, over 2.2 million students took the digital SAT, which excitedly compares to the numbers we were seeing pre-pandemic. We saw the highest student participation out of all exams in the SAT Suite with the PSAT and MSQT. That is, over 3.2 million students took the PSAT and MSQT in the fall of 2024. And then 1.4 million students took the PSAT 8-9 during the 2024-2025 school year. And lastly, around 4,88,000 students took the PSAT 10 in the spring of 2024. So it's evident that students are continuing to engage and participate in these assessments across the SAT suite of assessments. And in terms of where students are sending their scores, we continue to see growing diversity in destination countries. So the SAT long ago ceased to be a US only test. And we now see students sending scores to a huge variety of countries. So almost all four-year colleges and universities in the US and 500 plus universities in 70 plus other countries report that they accept the SAT for admission or scholarships. Out here, I would first like to talk about the SAT acceptance in India and IGA. So the College Board founded the India Global Higher Education Alliance in 2018, which is a group of more than 50 respected universities in and outside of India that are working to make it easier for all qualified Indian students, regardless of income, geography, to apply to and enroll in Indian universities and get a world-class education. Now, this alliance has now grown to more than 50 top-notch universities in India that are committed to using SAT. Now, these Indian universities that you see on your screen, they accept SAT scores as part of the admission process. And this is something very exciting. This list is growing with more leading universities in India are coming on board. Now, this slide highlights the top score sent destinations in India for the 2024 cohort. It shows the Indian universities that received the highest number of score reports from students. Now, these institutions are increasingly becoming preferred choices for students using the SAT as part of their college admission process within India. So we have Ashoka, NMIMS, Flame, VIT, Manipal, so on and so forth. And this slide highlights the most popular US universities where students in India send their SAT scores as part of the 2024 cohort. The list on the left shows the top universities such as Penn State, Purdue, Georgia Tech, UT Austin, University of Michigan, which are among the most sought after by the Indian students. Out here, I would like to talk about the international SAT dates for the 2025-2026 cycle, including fall and spring administrations. You can view the test dates and the deadlines by visiting the link on your screen. We'll also share all the important links with the registered educators post the session. Next here, I'll share an update on the PSAT related assessments that are part of the SAT suite of assessments. Now, PSAT related exams are the best way to get ready for the SAT and other competitive exams. The PSAT related exams and the SAT are administered on the same testing application, that is Blue Book. And also, the entire SAT suite, the PSAT 8, 9, 10, PSAT, NMSQT, and SAT, they use the same scoring scale and overall format. Now, these tests provide valuable feedback on core reading, writing, and math skills. And if you are new to the College Board programs, we would suggest you start administering the PSAT related exams. So these are cost-effective exams that allow students to practice for the SAT while providing the school with essential longitudinal data. Also, the PSAT-related exams can help you grow your advanced placement program, and we will look at this tool, the AP Potential tool, in a little more detail during this session. So this is the this fall, the PSAT 8-9, PSAT NMSQT exam window will be between October 1 through October 31. 2025. So school can administer the PSAT, NMSQT, and PSAT 8-9 as many days of the testing windows as needed. And you may also choose to administer the PSAT, NMSQT on Saturday. And there are just 2 dates available on the Saturday, that is October 11 and October 18 for 2025 only. Now here we will transition to talk about how students prepare for the digital SAT practice, we want to ensure that students are prepared for the digital SAT and are comfortable with using our new tools and services. So we will provide opportunities to the students to get familiar with Bluebook by providing experience with the app. We also host 7 full-length practice exams on the same application that students will use on the test day, that is Bluebook. And in addition to supporting full-length practice exams on Bluebook, we are continuing to partner with Khan Academy for their talent and expertise in creating supporting content focused on digital SAT. So students can sharpen their skills with their library of thousands of practice of questions, videos, lessons, hints, plus test taking tips and strategies. And access to all their digital SAT prep material is absolutely free anytime, anywhere. And as per our research, we found out that completing full-length digital SAT practice tests in Bluebook is associated with higher SAT scores. So students who completed 1, 2, or 3 plus full-length practice tests scored 25, 45, and 61 points higher respectively than similar takers who did not complete any full-length digital practice test in Bluebook. So completing full-length digital SAT practice test in Bluebook is definitely associated with higher SAT scores. Our survey data from recent SAT takers also reveal widespread satisfaction with digital SAT practice resources. So 64% of the SAT takers use the full-length practice tests, and 93% of the practice test users find them helpful. Also, 48% of SAT takers use test preview feature, and 76% of the test preview finds it helpful. So these were some researchers based on the SAT practice. And if you need to have more information about the digital SAT, so this is one-stop shop for all the information about digital SAT, that is sat.org/digital. All right, we will now start with the information from the Advanced Placement Program. The Advanced Placement Program, or AP exam, enables willing and academically prepared students to pursue college-level studies while still in high school. And each course has an end of the course assessment, which is developed and graded by university professors and experienced AP teachers. So the AP program allows students to earn college credit or script introductory courses in college. So most four-year colleges and universities in the United States, as well as many institutions in more than 100 other countries, grant students credit, placement, or both for qualifying AP scores. And you all must be knowing AP courses on students' transcript shows that they have challenged themselves with the most rigorous courses available to them. And the success on AP exams show that the students are ready for the college level coursework. In terms of number, in 2024, more than 3,000 schools outside of the United States had at least one student sit for the AP exam. And the number of schools with students participating in AP exams increased by 8% year over year, and a 38% increase in the past 5 years. Out here, we would like to show that this outcome includes students with average scores of 1 or 2. So even if they get 1 or 2, so AP students whose average score of 1 or 2 on the AP exams are 16 and 19 percentage points, respectively, more likely to enroll in a 4-year college than academically similar peers who did not take AP. So clearly, AP is built on trusted standards. The learning standards and curricular requirements for an AP course are developed by a committee of college faculty and expert teachers. The achievement expectations of an AP exam are informed by the national experts in the field. And AP exams are scored by college faculty and AP teachers led by tenured higher education faculty members. And AP exam measures the student's knowledge and skills using rigorous psychometric standards. So quickly, a quick update. Here's what's new. 16 AP exams are fully digital since May 2025, and 12 exams are hybrid digital. All right, so let's now move on to discuss the AP Potential tool. What is the AP Potential tool? I don't know if many Indian counselors have started using this tool. Now, AP Potential tool is the free online tool that allows schools to generate rosters of students who are likely to score a 3 or higher on a given AP exam. And based on students' performance on the PSAT NMSQT, PSAT 8-9, PSAT 10, or SAT. So AP Potential tool uses the SAT suite scores to identify if a student has the potential to succeed in the AP exams. And it's important because SAT suite scores are strong predictor of students' AP exam scores than the most traditional factors such as high school grades and grades in same discipline coursework. So students who access their score reports, they can simply click Get Your Personalized AP Course Recommendations to find about more about their AP potential. So again, AP potential is based on research that focuses on correlations between exam results and scores from the SAT suite of assessments, showing whether a student is likely to score a 3 or better on an AP exam. So the table in the score report shows the AP scores a student might do well in based on the student's test score. And if they select a college major from the menu, they can also view whether each AP course is relevant to that major. And how can counselors access the AP Potential tool? To access the AP Potential tool, you will need an access code and a College Board professional account. And Meenakshi did talk about the College Board professional account in the beginning. And the access codes will be sent to the principals and the school counselors in the coming months. So educators shall visit the College Board account or visit the appotential.collegeboard.org, sign in and enter the access code. You can also scan the QR code on the screen that will take you directly to the AP Potential site. So this AP Potential tool would help you identify if your students have the potential to succeed in the AP program in future or not. All right, so now we will quickly, our next segment is on the College Board K-12 reporting portal. The K-12 reporting portal is an online platform provided by College Board that allows educators to access and analyze student assessment scores from the SAT suite of assessments, including the SAT and the PSAT. So the portal enables educators to view both aggregate and individual student scores, facilitating data-driven decision-making in the educational settings. So educators can navigate through different types of reports, which details student performance in reading, writing, and math section. And the portal also allows for downloading the score reports in the PDF format. So each school must designate 1 or 2 access managers to manage the access to the K-12 reporting portal using the Managing Access tool in their College Board account. And access to various features in the K-12 reporting portal is also role-based. So we'll have the access manager role, someone that manages the portal access for their institution. Then we'll have the detailed reporting role. You know, you can view and run the student level and aggregate reports. And then we'll also have the summary reporting role where you can view and run aggregate reports only, and then you can download the ESR data files. So again, to gain access, you'll have to create a College Board account and then contact your school's access manager to role assignment. So the link is on your screen. I would now like to invite Dr. Kshitija Singh to take us through a comprehensive walkthrough of the College Board K-12 reporting portal. Over to you, Kshitija. I'll just stop sharing.
Thank you, Mehak. Yeah, so as Mehak said, I've been noticing there are a lot of questions around people having accounts. But you can only have access to all of these reporting portals if you are associated with the college or with the school, because these are all educators' accounts, usually managed by the standardized testing coordinators. As I manage AP, SAT, and PSAT at my school. So my dashboard looks like this. So before I explain you about my dashboard, I just quickly take you how to get access to such dashboard where you can get access to K-12 reporting, which includes SAT and PSAT and AP scores, so when you're on your portal, everyone who has a dashboard, who has an educator account, if you go into your dashboard, this kind of screen will appear to you. So you go down here at K-12, at general, and then here is, okay, since I have it, here it is K-12 reporting access thing will be here. And then you have to click on get access. After that, the access code goes to your principal. And once you get it from your principal, you put it, and then that's when you get access to K-12 assessment reporting, AP score reports, SAT suit ordering and registration, all of such things. Since I am the access manager of my school, so I have a managing access to support K-12 assessment report. But right now, since I'm managing it by myself, so it's me only who have access to the entire account. But if there is a team of counselors, then as a manager, you can give access to different reports to different team members of the counseling department. So moving on to the K-12 assessment reporting, how can you generate report for your institution, for your center? Of course, right now we don't have a very latest reports, but you can still get an idea. So there are two types of reports, all student, individual students. So if you want to take down the report as per the whole center, then you can go with all students. If you want to focus on somebody individual, then you can just click it here and then you can take down the reports from here. But when you go to all students, then there's performance by all students, and you can check whether it's SAT or PSAT. I've done these two exams in my school. So I have PSAT or SAT. Let me take you run through SAT. Then which administration I want to show. So maybe March 8, grade label. Then I'll do all grades because a lot of people do it. And then agree, run the report. So my report is going to be prepared. So this is how it looks like. It's all grades. And then here, school, how many students took it. School is not, because I have had a very minimum number. Then country, global tester. So you can get the idea that in the country, how many people were doing it and what was the average score. Globally, what was the average score? Reading and writing, it's section wise also. So it gives you an idea that where your school is standing. And then if you want to export the report, you can click on export report and you'll get the whole report. And if you want student wise, then it comes like this. Basically, these K-12 reporting helps you because, of course, all the students will come back to you as a counselor and tell you that what are the scores, but it really helps you as a center to understand and to help students understand that where are they standing. So individually, again, we can export such kind of report. which has got all the details, like let's say school ID and everything, and then what was the final score of the child, where they did, which was the area they didn't do well. So it's easy for a counselor to understand. And then, as I mentioned earlier, you can quickly export this into an Excel format. And as Mehak mentioned about AP potential tool, that also you'll find it here only. So this is how SAT looks like. And if you go back and then in the download section again, you can schedule your report, you can customize your report as you want. So these are all the factors. This is a lovely platform to explore and understand that where you are standing, and it helps students also to understand that what kind of we need. And in fact, if you are preparing students, if you want them to discuss that this is the performance, where you have to do it. So it's very, very easy with these reports if you have handy with them with you, that okay, now we can really work well with our students. So this is the same way it was for SAT, the same ways you can download PSAT. PSAT is the younger batch. Of course, my grade 10 gives PSAT 10. So it's easier for me to tell them that these are your weak areas. And by the time you start preparing for SATs, now you have to work on these areas. So these reports are really, really helpful. I'll just take you back to my dashboard. Again, then there is this AP score reports. I mean, not every students will come back and tell you that what are your AP scores and everything. Right now, the scores are not there for this year. July 7 is the time, but I might have some previous scores. So again, it's very, very clear here. You can just download student data file, which will have everything. Even some of the students get honor programs. They get, so you can easily AP school honor roll progress report. All the things are available here. These reports not only help you to plan your next years, but it helps you to understand that what your kids are doing, what are their weak areas, who has been awarded at a scholar award. So there are a lot of things that really these reports are quite handy for a career counselor to make use of it. And they're very, very useful when you are planning everything with your batch, that what they have to do, what is that they will continue, where are they lacking in terms of your school, because APs is, especially APs and SAT now, again, when SATs have come back, most of the universities are asking, and that going test required. So it's very easy, very, very important for you to plan. And with the kind of data College Board provides, this portal, K-12 reporting provides you, it's very handy to just compare all the data and go through and help the children more in a more effective way. So yeah, this is it from my side. If you have any questions about K-12 reporting portal, I know this was quite quick to show you around, but in any time, if anyone of you want to reach out, please feel free. I'll be happy to help. And yes, over to you, Mehak.
Thank you so much, Chitaja, for these lovely insights. Just give me a second and I'll quickly share my screen again. Just a second. I was just answering all the questions in the chat box. So
Mehak, we have approximately 20 minutes to go,
sure.
so let's plan it accordingly.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll now have
Yeah.
Sanjukta. I'll just quickly introduce you to BigFuture. So Sanjukta will just take 10 to 12 minutes for the same. I'm just going to share my screen. Some issue I'm facing in sharing the screen. I don't know what. Is my screen visible?
Not yet.
Okay, let me try again.
If your camera is off, it may not allow you to share your screen.
Okay. Let me. Is it visible now?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for that insight, sir. Amazing.
All right. So we will now move to our next segment, which is BigFuture, a free college planning tool that helps all students to take the right first step after high school. And students can check out careers they are interested in. They can find colleges based on what's important to them, and they can discover ways to pay for college. Now, there are many factors to consider when looking at colleges, like location, majors, and the education a career requires. So BigFuture provides personalized guidance to help students find 2-year and 4-year colleges and career and technical education programs. Now, there are various tool features associated with BigFuture. So the College Board search feature has one is the College Board search feature that has thousands of colleges to discover. Then the planning checklist feature that helps students stay on track with their college and career tasks. So with trusted high quality content from institutions and tools to explore a wide range of colleges, BigFuture empowers students to plan their career paths more effectively. So I would now like to invite Sanjukta Podar from Calcutta International School to walk us through the BigFuture tool and share insights into the key features. I'll just stop sharing. Over to you, Sanjukta.
Thank you so much, Mehak, and good evening, everybody. So BigFuture is a platform that I've been using for more than 10 years. And talking about it in 10 minutes is actually very difficult, but I'm going to try my best to do that. Now, this is how the portal looks. While yes, students have an account, I'm not logging into a student account to show how it works here, because we can look at all the features without logging in as well, because there are a lot of times I use it as a career counselor as well. So firstly, this is a site that I send my students to. There's a career search here with where you can put in your subject choices and they give you the ideal careers that you can look at. There's also explanation into the career options that are there, because there are many times students may not know all career options. So there are a lot of there are little bit of workshop kinds and little bit of activities kinds that students can do as well. So that is one area that they can work on. Particularly in my school, we work that out at the end of grade 8 and the beginning of grade 9 for students to understand, because we are an international school. So the IGCSE subjects need to be chosen. So it helps them to be looking at these and making your subject choices. Coming to the next part of it, which is planning for college. This is actually the area which is the most useful. Now, when we look at it here, let's say we look at standout in high school. So they actually have a step-by-step guide into how things can be chosen, what kind of extracurricular activities can be done, and how the GPA is to be converted, or how you can convert your scales depending upon the curriculum that you're doing, how you can convert it to a GPA, the different activities that you can do, what are the things that a child needs to do in grade 9. So there's a checklist there as well, which is there. That's the checklist on the right hand side. So that's a checklist that you can give to your students. You can explore what needs to be done in class 9. There's one for class 10, there's 11, and of course the class 12 checklist is a very detailed checklist which is there. So that helps a counselor as well as a student. You can of course edit this out a little to suit it how you run your high school curriculum program at school, but this gives us a small base to start with. Also, there are a whole lot of things here on what kind of activities can be done, what kind of co-curricular activities, why. Sometimes you will see when I go to the college search, even related to the various colleges, what are the activities the universities in specific prefer is also given to us. Where what activity a university prefers, I will just take you to that. But here they give you a lot of insight into what kind of summer programs are good, what kind of volunteering is good. So it's a completely, when you look at an AP program, what are the different advantages you get with it? So it's all highlighted in this part. And there are individual checklists. Apart from the grade-wise checklist, there are other checklists also that you can use and plan the 4 years of high school for your children. Now coming here to the college search, which is what I use very, very often with my children. So let's say we're looking at something like New York University. And there it comes up the details. So the first page gives us a brief. We know the number of applications, how much financial aid is given. There's details of the university. When you go into the admissions, which is what I use the most, you get the acceptance rate, you get the deadlines, you get the SAT range, the ACT range, the average GPA that the university is looking at. So there is absolute details on what a university wants us to have. So, and this is updated very regularly. So you get first-hand information here. Of course, I'm sure you get it in the college websites as well, but and there you need to keep looking for it unless you have been looking at colleges very much. It takes time to find it. This is a one-stop resource where you can get everything about all the universities right here. Again, you get the total number of applicants, the admitted, the enrolled, the amount of scholarships given, financial aid given, what are the application deadlines, and you can be rest assured that the information given here is absolutely correct because it keeps getting updated every 2 months. So with every application cycle, obviously the changes are done, but otherwise as well, there is constant change to it. Now there is academics as well. So here again, they'll tell us what are the AP credits that you get, what are the different credits you get for which subjects. Everything is actually detailed out here. What kind of extracurricular activities they like, that's also given to us. You get costs and also how the campus life is at a university so that you can, it becomes very easy for a student to see whether it's an urban place, what are the number of students, whether they want a smaller place, a larger place. So and then you can just add this. Like I'm not logged in, so you can actually add it to your list and it comes under the saved colleges. And once you go to all of your saved college, you've made a list for yourself and you go to your saved colleges, you can actually make a comparison between them also on the acceptance rate, on the financial aid given, on the SAT requirements, etc. So this is when you look at the college search program, it is a very, very nice program to be, it's a very nice platform to be on, particularly considering that there are so many universities and yet you can draw a comparison. You can draw, I know that you can draw a comparison between as many universities as you want to. I have done it till 25, but I'm told that you can do it till up to 100 or a little more than that as well. But I guess that gets too voluminous. But I've done it till 25 and you get a very nice comparison across it. That really helps students and parents to make their choices and decisions on where they need to apply. Coming to paying for college here, they have a scholarship search program where you can look at the university you want to apply to, and there are scholarships that come out, etc. So it's a very informative platform here that can be used to get the scholarships. Of course, they're available on the websites, just that here it's a one-stop place to do it. There are other external scholarships also that are listed here beyond just the university scholarships, which also for, which as a counselor, I have found very useful because we keep looking, there are many students for whom we keep looking for scholarships beyond what a university offers, and we actually get all of those details here. Now, this is the platform. This is when you log into it, it's your profile. There's a dashboard with what are the universities, all your checklists. You can keep updating your checklist there, which are, what are the things that you've completed. They're all check boxes. What I actually do is I give my students printouts. So they actually work out on a physical document. But yes, you can work that out here as well. But then you have to, of course, have in their logins to see what is the work, etc. they've done. And I find the paper way easier, which is why I use that. But as here, the students can make their list of colleges, they can make their list of majors, they can also make a list of scholarships that stay for ready reference. And you don't have to go back to the search anymore. It's saved right there in your account and you can just log in to get all the details that you want. It's just a tool which makes life easier, both for the students as well as for the counselors. I hope that if there's any question, I'll be happy to take it. But in short, this is what it is. And I would recommend everybody uses this portal because it really gives a lot of information in a one-stop place. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sanjukta, for those valuable insights. Now that we've explored the BigFuture tool, so quick overview of the free BigFuture school mobile app for the students, and it is specially designed for students aged 13 and above, and it provides direct access to their scores, personalized college and career guidance, and an option to opt in to connections. So a feature that lets them hear from colleges and scholarship programs without sharing personal information. So which is in line with the, the digital testing and evolving data privacy standards. So up next, we'll take a closer look at the CSS Profile, a critical tool for students seeking institutional financial aid in the US. So I would now like to invite Meenakshi to share her experts' insights into the CSS Profile. Over to you.
Thank you, Mehak, and thank you, Sanjukta and Kshitija, for giving all the insights about BigFuture and about the K-12 portal as well. We have many questions, but I'm sure Mehak will take them later as well. So what we'll do in this short time, you only have about 8 to 10 minutes, is introduce you to the CSS profile and then walk you through completing the important areas. At times, there are many mistakes that students do, all the international students do the mistakes, and it's important for you to know what those mistakes are and how to cover them up. And finally, we'll provide you with some helpful resources that might be helpful. But Rashi, we have to be on time, end it on time. So whenever you feel that we are on time, just let me know and I can close it there. So why is CSS profile required? What is the need for a CSS profile? So this slide says it all. On an average, 24-25 public 4-year in-state tuition and fees ranges from $6,360 in Florida to about $70,000 in New Hampshire and Vermont. So no doubt that financial aid is required, and there are various grants available for that. And if you want to apply for a non-federal aid, then CSS profile is one of the ways to apply for the same. And let me tell you, $10 billion in non-federal aid goes to thousands of students annually through the CSS profile. If I talk about India, we receive more than 4,000 CSS profile applications, which is also the highest from outside the US. So India sends the highest number of applications. So CSS profile is also called as the College Scholarship Service Profile and is a common application for non-federal financial aid. It is used by over 300 colleges, universities, and scholarship organizations to determine a student's eligibility for need-based aid. And one of the great things about the CSS profile, like for the SAT, is also that because it is used by so many institutions, it allows students to complete one application and send it electronically to multiple schools, instead of having you to complete a separate financial aid form for each school. For international applicants, one of the major benefits is that CSS profile allows families to complete the application in their country's currency. So for us, it will be INR. The College Board does the currency conversion for them, be it the tax documentations, the incomes, the assets, whatever you want to write, please write, and it is mandatory to write it in your own currency, which is INR for us. College Board will do the calculation and will write everything in US dollars and will also calculate the global need analysis, uses a country coefficient to provide schools with a measure of a family's financial strength in the context of the country's economic relative to the US. So before starting the CSS profile, students should check to see if the college or university they are applying to accepts or requires the CSS profile. And for this, you can click on cssprofile.org, or you can also go simply to CSS Profile participating institutions on the College Board website, and you'll find it. And I'll also copy the link on the chat later on. So CSS profile does have a cost attached to it, as all good things do. So the initial CSS profile application is $25 and includes one school report. Each additional school report is $16. If a student's biological or adoptive parents are not living together in the same household, schools may require them to submit a non-custodial profile so that they can collect information about both households. So it is important to know that if both the parents are not staying together, you need to submit 2 applications for that. And of course, CSS Profile is available annually on 1st of October for the upcoming academic year. Students can use the same College Board account as for the SAT, PSAT, or any other College Board service. It is important to remember that you use the correct academic year mentioned in it. So CSS Profile, whenever you enter the academic year, it has to be the upcoming academic year and not the current one. Because if you enter a wrong academic year, your information will not be transferred and you will need to do the application all over again. I'm mentioning this because this is the first common mistake that students do when they fill up the CSS profile. So in preparation for completing the CSS profile, what does the application require, or what information do you need to have in front of you when you are starting to fill up the form? And remember, which I'll mention in the end again as well, remember you only have one correction that you can make in this amount. Otherwise, you'll have to submit an extra fee for that. So be truthful, first of all, while filling up the CSS profile application. And again, be correct and factual as well. So in preparation for completing the CSS profile, families should gather their most recently completed national tax and income documents, as well as current banking and investment statements. Most of the information collected pertains to a family's income, assets, and expenses. The application also collects information about who is living in the household and being supported by the family's resources. And one of the last sections of the application allows the family to report special circumstances like, a change in income, support from other sources, or financial support provided to family members outside the household as well. So all these questions are asked. And again, I'll say be truthful and factual when you fill up a CSS profile application, because it's linked to financial aid, which is in a way, later on, in case there is some infactual information that comes to FAD, then the colleges can take necessary or the required action. So once you are logged in, or the student is logged in, and remember, the student is the one who fills up the application. It's not the parent. So the first page is always with some basic instructions and expectations, as well as link to our frequently asked questions. There is a wonderful video as well on the CSS profile, and I'll share the link later on, but it's right there on the website of cssprofile.org. And before you start the application, you should definitely go and watch the video. It will help you step by step as to how to fill up the application. The country where the student's parents live and the currency will determine both the currency exchange and the country coefficient in the formula. So this is again another mistake that students do. So I'm highlighting it. Like mentioned before, you have to mention as an Indian the currency as INR, and in the citizenship you can write as others. It is very important that students answer questions in the currency INR. They should not convert to US dollars, because that's the job that College Board does later on. All international applicants, regardless of age or marital status, must include parental income, asset, and household information on their CSS profile. So what if a student's parents are divorced or separated? Applicant will be asked who provides the majority of financial support. So they may be required to submit 2 CSS profile applications also. One will be for your custodial parent. What does custodial parent mean? It means that it is defined as a parent that provides the most financial support. And the other application, which we refer to as the non-custodial application, that will go there. And we also have to understand that one College Board account, so when a student is submitting your information, the student will already have a capacity to add one parent's information or one custodial information. So the other information has to be created with another College Board account then, in case there are 2 separate applications. Once we know who is being included on the application, the student will begin the parent income section. Again, if the cases are of divorced or separate parents, then you'll have to fill up the application separately and include the parent tax return status as a note that if the parent's country's tax year does not follow a tax year, they should use the last tax year that ended before April 1, 2023. So in our case, we are fine because it ends at 31st March. So CSS profile is a long one, and I have not added all the screenshots here because it will be difficult and we'll not be able to cover them. I'm not sure if we'll cover the other steps also here, but my sincere advice is that parents and students should sit together and have all the income declarations and all the income, assets, investments, everything should be right in front of them, because there are lots and lots of questions, lots of fields about a student's income, about a parent's income that are asked in the CSS profile. Even farms for that matter, because many Indians have farms as well. So in a CSS profile, there are questions related to farms also. So please do reply to them. So this section, a parent is asked about whether you are living in your own home or a rental home, or you are living with others or housing provided by your employer. Live with others should only be selected if parents do not own or pay the rent. It is only then that you have to select live with others. Why am I highlighting all these things? Only because tomorrow when the student fills up another form for the college, for the same college for which the student has already received a financial aid, there should not be any conflict of information. So the information has to be the same. If they select they own a home, they will be prompted to answer questions about the home's purchase price, current value, and any debt. So all this information has to be there with the parent.
Meenakshi, if I
Lakshmi, we are
may.
on time.
Yeah. Meenakshi, if I may, I know that many of our questions have already been answered in the group. So while Meenakshi wraps up the presentation, any further questions by our dear audience, you can put them in the chat. We'll try to answer them to keep to the time that we had allotted for the session. Meenakshi, may we wrap up in the next 5 minutes? Would that be sufficient?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Perfect. Then let's go for it. Let's go for it, and we'll have the questions in the chat in the meanwhile.
Sure. So I'm just trying to see which are the important slides here. Okay. So in this slide, you have information related to educational expenses. So if students and parents are aware that beyond this financial aid, if there are any other scholarships or grants or aids available, you should definitely mention this in the CSS profile. You should not hide anything. Student will also be asked if they receive any government funds. If they say yes, they'll be asked to provide the amount and the years they are expected to receive the fund. So finally, we can submit the CSS profile application and student can see it on their dashboard. Post this, like I said before, there'll be only one place where you can correct the information. So before you submit the button, before you press on the submit button, please be sure, please make a revision. Please check your applications thrice or 4 times, whatever, because you will not get the time again to make many corrections. You will have to pay again for those corrections then. So this is what is about the CSS profile. I think we can go ahead. These are the common mistakes that students do. Reporting that the mailing address is the permanent address, or indicating that the information will be reported in a currency other than the US dollars, or selecting a tax return type other than the other non-US tax return. So sometimes these are some of the common mistakes that students do. And with this, I would like to say thank you to everyone, and thank you to Rashi, Sanjukta, Mehek, Kshitija, Sagar, and to TOC for allowing us to present the entire session here. And thank you to all the people who have come and listened to us patiently.
Thank you, Meenakshi, Mehek, Sanjukta, and Dr. Kshitija. I think it's been one of the most exhaustive sessions on College Board that we have attended. It's been a pleasure hearing from you. Your knowledge, your experience truly came through, and our audience is all the more richer with knowledge and facts and all the resources that you have shared. For that, a big round of applause for our dear speakers today. We kickstart the weekend with lots of learning, which is always our initiative at TOC. So thank you once again, and we bid you farewell. Any audience that would like to thank them, please go ahead and you can give them a round of applause or write in the chat. Right? So any other questions that were left unanswered, we can take them now.
I think I've answered all the questions. Rashi,
Yes.
can you can you also just go through the chat once and let me know if there's anything unanswered? I would love to take them now. And I've also shared Meenakshi's and my email ID. So if you have any concerns, please feel free to reach out to us in future.
I think, Mehak, we've got most of them. So we'll ask the
Yes.
audience, our dear audience, if anybody feels that they want to continue that conversation, have any other thing to ask, we welcome your questions now. And we are in time. Meenakshi, Mehak, amazing job done. Wonderful. Round of
Thank
applause for
you.
Sanjukta and Dr. Kshitija too.
Thank you. Thank you so much, TOC, Rashi, Sagar, for the wonderful opportunity. Grateful to all the educators who took time to join us today. And again, thank you to Dr. Kshitija and Sanjukta for sharing their valuable insights. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
It was amazing. What a lovely experience.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.